Yes, we did. Is that, a male or a female? That'd be a male. Not a very big one, but mink just the same. Well, got a little pocket set here. Just a little bit of fish bait in there, and he came by. What they do a lot of times, these mink, the reason I knew these mink were here, there's tracks in these sandbars here where they'll run, and they'll run across this top here. They won't get in the water here. You got to actually give them some enticement here, and that's why I didn't use the blind set here. I actually went with a pocket set with fish smell, and it actually paid off, as you can see. That's a nice mink right there, and we'll skin him out tonight. All I got a 1.5 Duke wire and a Berkshire down in right here for my stability. Even if I get a coon here, coon's not going to pull that out. Coon's going to be right up here on the bank. So I'm in good shape. I'm going to remake this and show you the remake. Pretty level. Get that wire out of the way, and I'm going to just set that right there. Now you'll see how I'm putting this trap in here. I'm going to get a stick here real quick, just to keep that wire up out of the way in case another one comes by. Now what I'm doing here with this trap, those animals are going to come in. They're not going to work this from the top. They're going to come right down this shelf and work into this hole right here. And what I want to do is I want to get them right when they step down. So that animal's going to step right there. I got my trap a little bit cockeyed. I'm not facing the hole. I'm actually cockeyed where it's even along the bank right here. And he's going to step down in there. Boom, right on the pan. And that's going to take almost every mink and coon that come by. That's going to be their first step down off of there. So we'll show you that. We got us a nice mink for the shed, and we'll work out and see if we have some more down the road. There it is. Hey, look at that. All right. Female mink, it looks like. Nice mink. Must, I don't know if it was coming down or not. I can't see any tracks here. Anyway. Nice little mink. First one of the day. We only got about 5 more sets. I was kind of hoping to have a couple mink today, but had a bunch of coon, bunch of rats, even caught a gray fox. But this set here, just working this bridge abutment, setting that trap right there along the edge, get the chain out of the way. That's all there is to it. About 1 inch of water right there. Those rats and mink are going to work along this wall. I don't have anything else. I checked all 3 other sets and had this female mink here, but pretty nice mink. Use these sets. They're very good. You can stop 5 minutes. You got 4 sets in. You're covering the whole territory. I can't even stress it enough. I'm probably sounding redundant with it, but that's how I trap. That's how I catch fur, and as you can see, they do take fur, and it's really quick, efficient. Out of the truck, set them, out of the truck, check them, you're back in the truck and you're on the way. So we'll leave this here, see if we can pick up another one. As you can see here, this little rock way in here, there's a lot of feeding going on here. We got mink tracks working along this bank. So these mink are working in through here. What I'm gonna do is just kind of place a trap right here in their general line of travel that work through here and out this other side, which you can't see over here. It's a little rocky over here. I'm gonna put my trap over here where I can bed it in good and maybe barricade it just a tad down through here. But There's some good mink sign here. Few coon tracks, not as many as the beginning here, but we took a couple coon out of here. So we'll see what we can do here. Just gonna basically make a set. Use this real quick set. This will go in. This will go in real quick. It's like I like to set a lot of blind sets. I'm gonna put fish oil here to keep them around the area, just a little bit. But once you get this trap set, that's gonna bed in there nicely right there. That's perfect. That's right where I want it. I'm gonna probably put this on a drag again. Just kind of throw it up in there. Get my wire out. Snip off a small piece of wire. As you can see, these sets are really relatively easy to make. They're relatively quick to make. And that's what you want to do, because if you can set a lot of sets, good sets, I'm not saying just go down the stream and put a trap here and a trap there. I want you to have good sign. Like I said, we got this set here. Very simple to make. Just gonna put my chain in the water here. Probably gonna throw my drag up here around that little root. So if they do get caught, I won't have to look for them too much. Get that in there. Get that chain back under there. Get that out of the way. And that set's pretty much done. Just a little bit of trailing set. Work that down in there. Put a little bit on that rock. Maybe keep them there, but this is the natural travel way. They're working this little headway, and I think we got a good set here. We put out about, I don't have a lot of time today, but we put out about 8 or 10 good mink sets today, and I think that we're going to have some good action tonight. It's supposed to be a little warmer, but it's supposed to be raining, and this set's about as good as you're going to get for mink. They're working this area. We got our trap where we need it to be. I may just take this little stick here, work that in right there, make them work down through there. But that's all I really want to do to that set. I don't want to do too much. I'm a firm believer that the simpler you make it, the better it's going to work for you. If I was, now this took me a lot longer to make because I'm explaining it, but when you stop at a place and you come down over the road, you can put 3 or 4 of these sets in about 5 minutes, and you're going to be hitting the fur bearer traffic if you're watching for the sign along the way. And you can do it quick, and you're efficient, and it gives you a chance to get a lot of sets out during the day. So hopefully we'll come back here tomorrow and have something here waiting for us. We're about 5 feet, 10 feet down the shore. This is the other side of the trail where they're coming out of the water when they're working this little eddy down through here. All I'm going to do, just make that look a little more used. Give it a little eye appeal. Good spot right there for our trap. Once again, using the number 1.5 Duke coil spring. Pretty good universal trap. Got that set. Just gonna lay that trap right there. No, that's not gonna work. Always make sure you have your trap bedded properly. So I'm gonna take some more mud out of here. Get that in there. There's my problem, a rock. All right. There we go. All right, I got that in there good. Use this stick here to keep the wire and the chain out of the way. All right, now, that set's pretty much done. That's all it takes. I'm gonna just add a little more trailing set down through here. Throw some more up in there. Wash that off in the water. Maybe it'll work downstream and bring some up through. We just made a setup here, actually 2 sets that we just showed you. What we have here is a mink crossing or working up in there, and if you want to zoom up in there and show them, you can see where those mink are working up in under this log system here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to put a Connie right here at the, we're going to put a number 110 right there, and once we get that in there, we'll show you what it looks like. That's a perfect spot for a 110 in a mink situation. It's too small for coon to get up in there to set your trap off, but that's a good spot for the mink, and we're going to put a 110 in there and see if we can snag one in there. All right, we got our 110 Connie set here. All our muskrat sets, we like to use these little stakes. They're about 12 inches long, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches wide at the top, and basically just narrow it down. Stake goes in there and it holds our trap just like that. We use these on all our Connies. This set here, I'm going to probably put my Connie in just like that. As you can see, I get it down in there, it's going to go right in. So, we get up in here. We got that staked in there now. The Connie's staked right in there good. And now, all we're gonna do, we're gonna just get a stick, use a nice stick like this, put this in our ring, our trap ring, jam that right in there, use that for another barrier, and that's gonna keep that trap right here. They ain't gonna pull that out. And then, I wanna close this one side off just a tad bit. So we're gonna stick that in there. And those mink, if they come through, which they have been, they're working this area pretty good. Maybe move that over. They're gonna go right through that conibear right there. That's a perfect set right there. That's basically very simple. Within about 10 yards now, we got 3 sets. And as a matter of fact, about 2 feet from where the camera is right now, we're gonna put our 4th mink set in. And this would all take about 4 to 5 minutes if we weren't filming today. So we're gonna get some good sets in here and hopefully get some fur.
Email us today for a free catalog to browse all of our traps and snares, baits and lures, and much more. Get all of your trapping and predation control needs by emailing to info@NorthAmericanTrapper.com for your free catalog. Proven products equals proven conservation.
We got the mink work right along this edge. There's mink tracks right here, and there's mink tracks right there. So they're gonna come out, they're gonna work right through here. It's a perfect spot for a leg hold. And we're gonna get that down in there, right where we need it. There we go, perfect spot for a trap right there. You can see where they've been feeding on these roots, things. That may be some muskrats too, but that's all right. But yeah, we got mink tracks right here and mink tracks right there. This is gonna work out good. Here's a buck skull. Wash it off a little bit. As you can see, it's got one side rubbed and the other side has its velvet on. So we're right next to a major highway, and this deer probably got hit by a car and came down in here and perished. But that velvet, that's a pretty cool thing. I think we'll take this with us, a little memento of today. Save that for later. Put that right there. Anyway, like I said, we're gonna put this set in here. Might get a little more sand out. I don't like the way that felt there. There we go. Now we got a good trap bed. These are somewhat brand new, so they're a little ornery this morning. Put that trap right there. Get that bedded in there nice. Gonna cut off some wire here. Gonna use a drag. All right, I'm using this big pole here as a drag. Big coon's not even gonna pull this very far, so once I get that wire on there, I wanna get that up here on the bank, jam that down in the mud, work that right there. All right, now, get my wire out of the way. Cover that up a little, cover the chain up. That's a little wide there for a mink, so I want to bring that down a little bit. I'm just going to get a stick here. That's a little too big. Get that right in there. Jam that one in there like that. Get a few weeds. Put them weeds right there. Make him work right down into where my trap's at. And that's pretty much all there is to that set. We got 4 sets here in a matter of, I don't know, 10 feet, 15 feet max. We got this area covered pretty good. I got both sides of the stream covered. I got that conibear up under there. And hopefully we catch something here to show some results of these sets. Doesn't take long to put them in. Doesn't take long to check them. And they're gonna be pretty productive sets if something comes through. The last 2 sets that we made, I put trailing set by the 2 traps. So this trap, I'm not gonna put anything. I don't, you know, if there is a shy mink or, you know, something that, you know, maybe is a little scared or skittish of scents and things, I still got a good working blind set right here. And it actually is on the opposite side of the creek, which if you do have a trap shy mink that's familiar with scents and things like that, he may jump to the other side and work that other side. That's just my opinion. You know, I may be wrong in that, but I feel that you don't want to make all your sets the same. And I got the trailing scent there on those 2 sets about 5 feet apart because they're connected. Nothing by the conibear. And I'm going to leave this as a straight blind set. So we're going to take our gear head here, a little 5-point or 6-point, and head on our way. Well, we got a mink here. Looks like a nice mink. Might be a female, I don't know, but let's go and take a look at it. Nice little female. She's got her whole front paw in there. Anyway, we'll take that one. What we got here, just a little edge set here, as you can see. The little stream comes up, little edge set. Clear this out right here. This could work as a blind set. I had a little bit of mountain man lure here. I don't know if the lure brought the mink in. I'm a firm believer that mink don't come to lure a lot of times. They'll come to more of a bait than a lure, but she was probably working this area. Females generally won't leave their home area very much, so this is probably, she's staying probably within 100 or so yards of here, probably even closer than that. And I've had this trap here for, well, I've probably had this trap set for about 7 days. I caught a coon the first night and haven't had any action since. But if you're gonna trap mink, you gotta set your traps and you gotta leave them. Mink a lot of times, especially those big male boars, they'll run, you know, long stretches. But you know, you got to give them some time to get back to your sets. A week or 2, you know, is not long when it comes to mink standards. They're going to travel long distances, and you know, a lot of times they may come by, but you know, there's going to be other mink that come by too. So good mink sets are going to take a lot of mink. I'm a firm believer that one mink will run the same place another mink did. What that mink that came by earlier found inviting, this mink's going to find inviting also. So if there's any other mink coming around this area, this is a good spot for it. About 5-6 years ago, below this bridge, down below the culvert, we're right by a roadway, I was actually in there. I checked my set, and I heard something in the weeds about 10 yards down the stream. I thought it was a rabbit. I just thought I'd get out and kick it out and see it. Well, I got out and kick it out, and it happened to be a big male mink, and I watched him run right up the stream and jump right over my trap. Never stepped right in, and up the bank he went and off. But he was within an inch or two of my trap, so I almost actually got to see myself catch one. But as you can see here, we got this trap just stuck right here in the edge of the water. About a ½ inch to an inch of water over the pan, if that. And we got ourselves a nice female mink. Take her home, skin her out, and see if we have some more down the road somewhere. As you can see, this trail here, they got this packed down, these cattails, right along this wall right here. You can see how they have them trampled down. Now that's probably coon that have done that, but the mink that come by here are going to travel this same place. I caught a mink here last year, and it was a big old male buck, and it was this same type of situation. Now on that side of the culvert, on this side, we're going to have the same type of set that we had on the other side, those two sets. But this one's a little different because it's not the gravelly sand and stuff. So I got my wire tied off to this root system here, which is very strong. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Now I don't want to disturb this anymore. I don't want to make it a big disturbance. So I'm just going to tear some cattails over here, and I'm going to cover the chain with those. I'm going to make them wet so they blend in more like they've been laying there. And that's done. That's right there. Anything comes down through here now, they're going to be right on that trap pan. No bait, no lure, no nothing. We're taking these animals in their natural travel ways where they're working in and under this road. These are great sets. Don't pass these sets up. You will take a lot of fur bears. Coon, mink, muskrat, all of them are going to run these culverts. They're going to hug this wall. And that's a very simple setup. Very easy set. Hardly any time at all. Can't beat them. Just can't beat them. So give them a try, and I'm sure you'll find that they're very productive. There's a swamp behind us with a few rat huts out there. Everything comes into this little waterway down under the bridge. This is a main highway right here. And it works into another swamp on the other side. The mink, coon, muskrat work this. I make mink sets here. I put the sets right against the wall. I'm going to show you here in a second. And I took two mink here last year. I took one right over here, which is the second shed I'm going to show you. And I took one on the other side. Probably 7 or 8 mink over the last 5 years in this area. I don't know for sure. I'd have to look, but this is a good spot. It's a lot of cattails, a lot of vegetation, and it's a very good area for mink to hunt. Plus there's muskrats in here, and I think I caught 16 muskrats here in 2 sets last year, just in that channel. So all we're doing here, just going to use a 1.5. From the high water we had this year, the gravel looks like it was washed up in here. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that out just a little bit. Make a nice bed for my trap. Keep that about an inch, inch and a half, 2 inches of water. And that'll be a good spot for me to bed my trap right there. I don't want to make a lot of disturbance here. The reason I don't want to make a lot of disturbance here, I want these to be blind sets. I'm going to put one on each side of the water as it goes through along the abutment, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to have 4 sets here. I'm going to have 4 blind sets, and what that's going to do for me is that's going to cover all angles up and below, either coming from this swamp system going to the other one or coming from that one to this one. Those mink are going to hug that wall. They're going to, when they come out, they're going to hug that wall. And I'm going to put my trap right here before they get to land, and they're going to take that last step right here to jump up on land, and that's where my trap's going to be. So let's get that ready here. I'm just gonna wire it to this log I found over here. Even if I get a coon, he's not gonna drag that very far. So we'll get that wired up. Tie that trap off. These are very simple to put in. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of equipment. Trap, wire, and hell, you can find any log anywhere along where you're trapping. This is a swamp, and all I did was walk up about 15 feet and had a log. So, you know, you can go with, if it was deep enough to drown here, I'd probably use a rock or a Berkshire disposable stake. But that's going to work fine for me in this situation. All I'm going to do, I'm going to set that right there, the water's edge, right against that culvert. Cover that chain up, and that's all she wrote. That right there is going to take pretty much every mink that comes by here. I may catch some muskrats here. They got a toilet back here on a rock. But maybe even catch a coon here. I caught a coon in that one over there last year. So these are good sets. They're very simple. They're very easy to put in. And you'll take a lot of mink just making blind sets along these culvert systems along your trap line. Let's move over here. I'm going to throw another one in. Same type of setup. These sets are productive. Don't pass these up. When you got these culvert situations, I look at these as funnel type situations. They're funneling the critters in and under the road. I know that we're going to have action at these sets. I'm not saying the first night, but over time, these sets are going to take mink for me. They're going to take mink. They do take mink. They take mink consistently every year, year in, year out. And I mean, I kind of stole this spot from my dad. He's trapped this swamp for, I don't know, 20 years, and I kind of overtook it when I came home. I was like, well, I'm going to go down there and set that swamp, but he doesn't seem to mind. And I give him a couple of my spots to make up for it. But these are great areas. These funnel ways, as I was saying, when you get these culvert situations, don't pass them up. All these critters are going to funnel in under these big culverts. You got 4 easy to make, quick sets you can put in. 4 blind sets. You're going to take almost every coon, mink, and muskrat that comes along these walls. So don't pass them up. Big old male, I think. Yep, big male. Well, I think I've had these sets here for at least 3 weeks. This is where I had that little mink saga going on. I don't know if this is the same guy. I don't know if this is the same one that was eating my rat there for about 3 or 4 straight nights, but I was just on the other side here about 8 to 10 feet. And it's been, well, that water came up and down twice since that water came up the first time, so it's been probably 2 weeks since I had that little escapade with him. But that's our first mink here this year. That's 3 weeks. 3 weeks that I've had these 2 sets here at this culvert bridge. Caught a rat over there that was eaten. That's the only rat I caught. And no coon, no nothing. And this mink right here. Just putting it right here next to the wall. I guess he decided to come that way this time. Definitely worked hard for this one. Sometimes it works out that way. You know, I've been coming here for about, like I said, 2 weeks now. Every day, nothing. But you got to give your sets a chance to work for you. Those mink may only come by once every couple weeks. And when they come by, you got to have your sets there. So I'm pretty psyched. Like I said, I don't know if that's the one that was doing the eating, but nice big male nonetheless. So we're going to leave these here for about another week. Maybe pick up another one, but always a good place every year.
Email us today for a free catalog to browse all of our traps and snares, baits and lures, and much more. Get all of your trapping and predation control needs by emailing to info@NorthAmericanTrapper.com for your free catalog. Proven products equals proven conservation.
Where this tributary runs in, this root system here is a perfect example where mink are going to run. They're going to hunt this area. There's a rat toilet right here. We got coon tracks, mink tracks. Rats are out all over the place. I'm going to probably catch a lot of rats here. That's all right. It's going to help pay the gas. But I'm going to put 2 sets here. And this is a total blind set. We're not going to put any lure or anything. This is being heavily trafficked by coon, mink, muskrat. These are going to be mink sets. As I just showed you on the mink set over there, we've caught, just in this probably 50-yard stretch, I've caught close to 20 mink in the last 10 years or so. So I know they're going to use this. There's a bunch of tunnels up in this root system, so they're going to work up and down right here. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm just going to wire the traps to this log back here, and then they're going to get out in the water and drown on me. So let's get working here. Since we are going to have not a true drowning set, I'm going to use these double-jawed dukes here, 1s and 1/2s, and I like these a lot. It gives you that double holding power to where if they do get in underneath, they're still in the trap when you get here. I'm pretty excited about this. This is the best I've seen it in years. This root system here definitely got washed in, and it just created a haven for muskrats and coon and mink. What they'll do, they'll get in here and feed. They got some cover, they got some protection, but we're gonna catch some fur here. I'm pretty sure of that. If every place that we stopped had a place like this, it'd be too easy, I think. But these mink are gonna work this this big waterway here. I mean, we're on the Susquehanna River here in Pennsylvania, and that's the biggest waterway we have. We get a lot of fur bearer traffic along this. They're going to work up and down. I especially like these areas where another stream runs in, because you really have animals. They can come in 4 directions. From the other side they can come and come across, or they can come down or up. We're just going to take that wire around here, tie it right off to this big root here. That's going to hold any coon that we catch, and obviously we'll hold the mink and the muskrat that we catch too. So there's that. We're going to take that down underneath here. Place that one trap right there. Putting that in about 1 inch of water, and that's good to go. Now this other one thing to remember here, I don't want to tie these off too close to each other to where they can reach, because what will happen is one will get caught in your one trap and then it'll get caught in your other trap and ruin your sets. You won't have another working set. So I'm going to tie this one off up there. I'll need a little more wire, but if I catch a rat or a mink, they're probably going to be out in the water, and the weight of the trap's going to be enough to drown them. So I'm going to just wire that off right over here. And that's going to be about enough right there. Counting the length of the chain, we're all set on that. Get the chain from this other trap. Wire. Now, if I do catch one in this set, he's not going to have enough wire to reach that other trap. We're going to put this one, I don't like that. We're going to make a little place for it right here. Get that down there in the mud. Lay that right in there like that. Slick that up just a tad bit. And that's it. Those 2 sets are in. We got 2 very good looking sets here. Very productive. We're going to catch some fur here. Like I said, we got rat toilet here. We got another rat toilet there. So the rats are really using this. Probably have to take them out to keep our sets open. But over time, this set's going to take some mink for us. And I'm excited about this. So that's about it. We got a lot of traffic working through here. We got a lot of traffic of all three animals, mink, coon, and muskrat. These are mink sets, but I could fully expect to have anything here of those three critters. So that's about it. Let's head up on the stream and see if we can get a couple more sets in. This little stream, and then we got just a little trickle here, a little feeder going down through here. Nice big male. Looks to be a big male. Yeah, I made this set. I didn't know if it was going to take one or not, but that's a nice mink right there. Just do the remake here. I'll show you how I had her in there. Basically, he's got that all twisted around there. Got this stake right there. That trap's right there. And that was right over, and then I had this stick going right in between there. Very simple set. Just a workout down through here. And working down into the stream here, working up and out. I knew they were coming up in there, working for crayfish or something of that nature. But this big guy, I don't know if I didn't even look if he was coming down or going up. But got a nice mink. Another one to take to the shed tonight. But that's a good set. Just look for these type of places when you're out there. These little feeder streams that work into these, you know, this isn't a really big waterway, but just a little trickle of water. They're going to work those areas. They're going to get up in there looking for crayfish, minnows, whatever. And this one definitely came that way. But I'm excited. That's another mink for the shed. We'll head on down, see if we get some more somewhere. This path right here from the creek into this little waterway is just bare with beaver and otter. And here in Pennsylvania, beaver don't come in till the day after Christmas, and otter aren't even allowed to be caught. And it looks like a whole family of them right here, and I got looks like an otter toilet behind me here. And they're working this whole area here. So all I'm gonna do, there's this little wash that goes from the big creek up into that little thing, and I'm just gonna put a conibear right here for muskrat and mink. I don't want to come down here and catch these otter and the beaver yet, because I want to catch the beaver when beaver season comes in. So we're just going to throw this 110 right here. Get our trusty stake out. We're going to drive that right in under this branch here. And that fits in there perfectly. That's a natural guide stick. That was laying there. I didn't put that there. That's something that anything that's come down by here is used to that being there. And I'm sure the beaver and otter are going to go up over it. Making muskrat might go under that. So I'm going to put that conibear there. And just take this stick right here. Drive that right into the chain to stabilize it. So if he does get caught, thrashes around, he's not going to go very far. Very simple setup, very easy to put in. I don't have a lot of faith in it, but I'm going to put one here. There's another little path over here I'm going to show you. I'm going to put one. I caught a mink here last year in a conibear in the wintertime when the snow came in. I'll probably come back here when it snows later in the winter, and you'll see the tracks and stuff. That's one good point. A lot of times you go in an area and you set for mink and you don't catch any, and you're like, well, it's a dead area, they're not in there. That's not the case. A lot of times, you know, they may be working around and you can't see their tracks. So if you go back after it snows for you guys in the snow regions, you can really see where they're running. You can see where they're moving, and you can place your conibears accordingly. Just cover them a little with grass, and you'll catch them. I caught 3 or 4 mink last year in areas that I went back to check, and I could see their tracks and just set some conibears on land where their tracks were and ended up smacking a few. But we got this down under there. I'm just going to take a little bit of weeds, cover this up on this side, just to give it a little more camouflage. And that's pretty much it right there. That set's done. We'll move on, show you that other place over there. On the other side, we just put that other one in. As you can see, they're coming out of this water that we showed you, working this little trail. It's not a distinct trail as in like barren, like a beaver trail or something, but you can see where these muskrats and mink are running in through here. The main trail's here that the beaver's taking. Those mink or whatever, muskrats are working this side, coming in this little eddy way here. One thing I failed to mention, with mink, you want to have that trigger as expanded as you possibly can, because there, you know, a female comes through here, she may not hit the trigger. I didn't have time to do it this year. Jim Spencer, in the Work in the Water video that we did, he showed a really good technique. He'll actually spread the triggers out as far as he can possibly get them. He'll spread the triggers out as far as he can possibly get them to the sides, and then he'll tie a piece of wire in a circle to where it almost covers the whole area of the 110. And that's actually a good point, and I'm going to do that next year when I have some more time to do that this summer. But we're going to throw this Duke 110 in here, as I said. Get our trusty stake out. I'm going to actually pull this one down just like this again. I'm going to throw that right in there. And that blends right in. That stake blends in with that grass. We got that covered right there. Actually going to just take one stick right over the other side, just like that. Take these two, put them in the trap chain for some stability. Take just a tad bit of grass. Just a little bit, not a lot. I don't want to make a big scene here. I'm just going to take a little grass and put on the top of that. Just like that right there. That's all there is. That gives that animal now, coming down through there, little tunnel vision in through that conibear, right on the middle of that path right there. And that's all she wrote. That mink or muskrat comes in here. These are mink sets, but you know, I may take some muskrats here because there are muskrats here, but they come up through here, bam, we got them. 3 sets, we put those in about 5 minutes. Very efficient, very fast, staying along my theory, on the road, get off the road, make your sets, get back in the truck, and you're on your way. You can get a lot of sets out like this during the daytime, and you can catch a lot of fur. All right, nice big male. This is showed you in the muskrat segment where mink ate my 2 rats that one day. Those 2 sets are up here about 10 yards above me. I made this mink set here the first night. Haven't taken anything in it since. I did actually have it down there about 5 feet, and then I moved it up here about 5 feet when the water came up a little. And I liked it here, so I just left it here, and now the water's back down again, but took a nice big old male right there. Nice big male. He's definitely a dandy. But I don't know if he's the one that was eating my rats or not, but this is a good set. We take some mink here every year. Get this trap back down in there. Just basically putting it right where they come out of this hole, or this little trailway, and then down in the trailway. I got it kind of on an angle, about a 45-degree angle, which is fine. It doesn't need to be perpendicular every time. But I got this cross stake in there, and I'll be danged, it took a nice big male. But that's it right there. That'll take about every mink that comes through here. If they're coming up this big creek or working this little flow right here, they're gonna work this trail that the beavers, the muskrat, the coons, the mink, they're all working this through here. Even some otter we had in here. We showed you the tracks on them the first day when we set this. But they're gonna come up through here, and there's this little hole that goes in the ground down under. I don't know where it goes. I don't know if it's a little washway or whatever, but they're gonna work here. And that one set right there is gonna take every mink that comes by here, pretty much every time they come by. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm gonna leave that set here. I come by here every day. I'm gonna leave that here all year. This is about the 7th or 8th night we've had these sets here. First night we had them couple rats that were eaten. and haven't seen anything hide nor hair since, except one rat on that other side. But finally the set's paid off. So we're gonna leave this set here the whole year. We got about another 21 days, 22 days in the season. And I think that set may take another mink or two for us, hopefully. But we're gonna head on out, take this nice guy home, get him skinned out and on the boards.
North American Trapper Predation Packages. Get any one of our specific trapping packages that has been ultimately designed to help you become the master predation controller of your farm, ranch, or hunting lease. Control the predators that are costing you time and money, and get out there trapping today with one of our North American Trapper Predation boxes. All of the packages come with the trapping essentials to get you out in the field, plus an instructional DVD that will show you the way. Visit us at NorthAmericanTrapper.com and start breaking dirt today.